Let's begin with our top story this evening. US President Donald Trump will be making his second visit to Seoul in the coming weeks for talks with President Moon Jae-in. The main focus of their discussions will likely be getting the stalled nuclear talks with North Korea back on track.
We'll begin with our Shin Se-min with more on the upcoming summit, which will take place in less than 3 months since their last face-to-face in Washington.
The leaders of South Korea and the U.S. are set for another sit-down next month as nuclear talks between Pyongyang and Washington remain stalled. South Korea's presidential office on Thursday announcing U.S. President Donald Trump's visit to Seoul.
The leaders of South Korea and the U.S. will discuss the nuclear negotiations with the spirit of close cooperation, as well as ways to strengthen their bilateral alliance.
The White House also confirmed President Trump's visit during his trip to Asia for the G20 summit in Japan and said the leaders will continue their close coordination on efforts to achieve the final, fully verified denuclearization of North Korea. President Trump's detailed schedule, however, believed to be still in the works, an indication that it's still unclear whether Trump will visit Seoul before or after the G20 summit in Osaka, a meeting that's scheduled for 2 days from June 28th. And outlooks vary on what the outcome of what will be the 8th Moon-Trump summit could be, given the turn of events on the Korean peninsula in recent weeks, including Pyongyang's test firing of missiles and projectiles. Despite growing anticipation that the summit may help speed up nuclear negotiations between North Korea and the U.S., watchers weren't so optimistic of the meeting serving as a major breakthrough in the current situation on the Korean peninsula.
South Korean government is thinking to make some kinds of more positive incentives between two leaders, President Trump and Moon Jae-in, vis-a-vis North Korea. But I'm not sure if the kinds of positive incentives would be possible at the summit meeting. Maybe food aid, which is provided to North Korea for the purpose of humanitarian aid.
However, there's hope the meeting could have a positive impact on relations between Seoul and Pyongyang.
By having the summit with the President Trump, that South Korean government expected it can expedite discussion and all the conversation with North Korea.
On top of the highly anticipated and prospective agenda of denuclearization, next month's Moon-Trump summit looks set to include other issues concerning the allies, namely the defense cost sharing and the issue of tariffs. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.